Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout for Fancy Pants Designs. I am a part of their design team and I am in the middle of using Enchanted Garden. I did do a previous video of the unboxing and my first project using this kit. And now we're going to do a 12 by 12 layout. So I've pulled the elements I want to use. So obviously the ephemera, the enamel dots, these will make a title, and these stickers, because I don't think I tried to use one of these because a couple of them have been placed back. But we're going to use some of these. Here's my photo, which is from my Persnickety box subscription. So we get 30 photos per year. And I'm just choosing this one just because I think the colors will work a little bit more. And so my thought process. I love this. I feel like I may be cutting them out in order to have it on a white background. Or I'm also feeling this, but cutting out the center and making it kind of like a photo lay on top so that it just has the triangles covered. And I'm trying to envision, like, is that all that I need to see from these flowers? It may be enough, but like I said, I might put it on white and just cut these out to have it pop a little bit more in that frame with the three blossoms coming out, and then kind of decorate it all is what I'm thinking. So let's get started cutting this out. Okay, so let's first start cutting out this square slash diamond. I mean, I call it a diamond because it's just on this angle, but I think it's a square. Like when I really look at it, it doesn't matter. So what I did was take my T-square ruler and line it up at the edge of my desk, and then have the intersections happen with some of the patterns on the actual paper. And I'm just using an X-Acto blade to do that, and that worked out quite nicely and easily, as you can see. So yeah, I think it is a square. It just kind of looks just on the diagonal, so it looks to me like a diamond as well. Either way works. So here I am just kind of seeing, like, with that opening where the flowers peek through, and to see if it was enough, like, just to leave it as is. And when I looked at it, I was like, no, your idea of cutting them out was probably right, Ty. So I do go ahead and cut these out. I always cut them out with the intention of leaving the leaves that are, connected to each bloom. But let's be honest, every single time I've ever done that and taken the time to do the leaves always come off at the end. So I think after the first one, I was like, let me just cut the blooms out, and then I'll individually cut out the leaves. And I do use every single bloom, like all three of the big ones, and I think all of the leaves. This becomes a very luscious floral layout, like I like, because I just like them all because they're all a little different in variation. So some had a teardrop shape. Some of them had more of that staggered, like a maple leaf kind of look to them. And I like the variety, and I like that it was in the colors of these blush pinks, the kind of mustardy, beigey, grungy colors, and then also like this taupey gray off-white color as well. The collection overall is beautiful, and these blooms are great, and I think pretty much probably use all of the blooms from the ephemera pack too, so just keep on watching because I went a little ham, but my style. It's like the more the merrier. So after I cut them out, it was really just like a free-for-all on playing with the placement. So I just take the time to kind of tuck them in, take them out, have some overhang the edge, like I said, tuck them in, tuck two, and put on the outside one of them. And I think this is like the hardest part, right, for us scrapbookers, like auditioning every piece and where it should go. This is part of that fun. And I'll be honest, like this, I kind of got stumped. I think this was like Saturday morning and I'm making it. And then like breakfast was ready because my husband was making it, and I went downstairs and just came back to it like an hour later, and then futzed around with it a little bit more, just so that, I can kind of let it settle in my head, and then come back and think of what can I move or alter or cut or add, is at least my process. So then, like, once I come back and I was playing with all the other little smaller ephemera bits, I was like, okay, I'm really kind of liking having this big pink bloom peek out from this bottom corner, and I really like this white beigey grungy one on top of the mat. peeking over that one corner, and then the same for the opposite corner. So I do have like this constructed visual triangle already happening, which I think is why we always call that visual triangle. It's pleasing on the eye. And so when I'm approaching this, I was like, yes, I like that. It's enough open space. I took the time to trim a 1/4 inch around all edges so that I had it on a white mat, which I also think helped. Then this is just a puffy sticker collection from an old Maggie Holmes. I just wanted to use the gold kind of scalloped border to add just a bit more interest to that edge where I knew I could add a little bit of gold. So that part is not from the collection, but everything else that you see is. And so now it's just about tucking and filling in the areas where I want to have things. Now you see me grab a few of the little cardstock gnomes. They do make it on the layout. I almost make it like a Where's Waldo kind of thing. Like I tucked them around in edges, and I do believe I added 4. So when you see the final pictures, let me know if you catch where all 4 gnomes are, because they are there peeking and being adorable on the layout, because I wanted to use them because it became very floral heavy, and you know, you always want to do a collection, like showcase, and have all elements be featured when you're playing with you know, a brand's collection. At least that's how I you know, take it, being on a design team. Like, how can I do this so that I can show as much as possible in a project and be beautiful, okay? And so hopefully those that also love a heavy floral layout will appreciate how many layers I've added here. So as you see, I'm tucking the little gnomes in. I'm adding some of the clusters on the side of my photo and around the bigger blooms, and I just keep adding. So it's definitely, it's beautiful. It's a lot to look, but I think that's also what makes it great, is because I definitely encourage your eyes to wander. Like if you start at the picture, I think we naturally look down from there. So that nice little center cluster, then we carry ourselves up, because I also have everything connected, you know, and touching somehow. And then you go to the top left corner. I think that's the progression, at least usually when I look at it. It's how I like loop around the page and look at all the stuff. So here I am getting the title. So we're at the end, and I make my title saying always lovable, I think is what I could put together with the words I had. Still available after my first project. And I like that the titles are green on white foam. It really stands out. And I do pop up my 4x4 photo on some fun foam here shortly. You'll see it. And it definitely adds the dimension, because I leave some of the paper and the leaves to be able to bend up to add that texture, and that definitely helps, you know, engage your eyes in all of them. I do also take the time to add the enamel dots into little tuck spots as well. Once again, it's just a different texture. It's a different element of, you know, because they're glossy, and that all adds to it. And then my final touch, of course, is always adding some gold paint splatters. The gold Heidi Shine, it's just gold Heidi Shine, Color Shine from Heidi Swapp. I mean, that's just a cult classic, and I wish it was still in production, but because I add it on every layout as a final little touch. So I hope I've done this collectionist. I hope I've shown you how you can think of papers that come in a collection out of the box, and definitely not be afraid to cut them out, because this is meant to document your memories, have a creative moment of fun, which is always when I do my 12x12. It's like such creative juices flowing, and I, you know, I'm ready to do the next project. So that's all that this hobby is for: crafting, creating, and sharing and saving our memories. I hope you've enjoyed this. Okay, that will wrap up this layout. You know, I do love a good floral, and whenever there's a floral that I can cut out, this is what happens. Bam, bam, bam. Isn't it so cute? So, things that I concentrated on: not making those 4 corners look so harsh, still having enough white peeking through to give some contrast here. I actually love the fact that my photo has a white border, and then giving the interest of things tucked and then on top of the mat really have this layout stand out. And you saw me just finish off with some gold paint splatter from Heidi Shine, which I'm almost running out of. And I have found a few that are similar, but nothing beats the color shine from Heidi Swapp. And those enamel dots, so cute, so cute. So I will let this dry. Woohoo! It looks so good. Thank you so much for joining. Please subscribe if you are new to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And until next time, everyone, bye!
At your exit, I keep wondering if I'll ever move on.